Dear all, warm welcome to the TechSupper channel and in the series of videos of Oracle Integration Knowledge Check. In this series of videos, we are gonna to validate your knowledge of Oracle integration. The first part was released and this is the second part of the series. So let's begin and be with us till the end of this video. And guys, if you have not subscribed our channel yet, please subscribe it right away and click on a bell icon to get regular updates of our YouTube channel. Now, let's begin. The next question that I'm going to ask, the 11th question, what are the valid operations of the FTP adapter? FTP adapter is one of the most important adapter in Oracle integration, which allows us to process the files from external and the private FTPs. So when you use the FTP adapter, we will have various operations. So what are the valid operation you see? If you don't know, you can open the integration, you can drag and drop the FTP adapter and see the various operations. So let's see what are the options that we have. Read a file, list files, zip file, download file, delete file. So if you know the answer, please let us know the answer on the comments. But let's see what are the correct answers. The correct answers are read a file, list file, download file, and delete file. Zip file is not the correct one. Zip file is the operation of stage file actions. Okay, so let's get into the next question. The next question is, what option exists after a connection is created? If you don't know the answer, you can simply create a new connection. And once your connection is created, you hover on the connection. And from the right side, you click on the action menu and see what are the valid options available. So what are the options? Clone, refresh metadata, version, and delete. I hope if you have created the connection, you will know the correct answer. The correct answers are clone, refresh metadata, delete. The clone will allow you to create a duplicate connection. Refresh metadata will refresh the design time metadata of your configured details under that connection, and delete will allow you to delete the connection. Version is not part of the connection. Okay, now let's get into the next question. This is also a valid question for the certificate. What options exist after a lookup is created? Again, if you don't know the answer, you can create a lookup and hover on the lookup, click on the action menu and see what options you see when a lookup is created. Here are the options on the screen. Clone, export to Excel, export to CSV, and delete. The correct answers are clone, which will allow you to create a new copy of the lookup. You can export the lookup into the CSV file. You can also delete. Export to Excel is not the valid choice. Okay, what is the next question? What options exist after an integration is activated? If you don't know the answer, you can simply go to the integration, you activate one of the integration and see the valid options available. Here are the options right away on your screen. Delete, can you delete the integration? Export, tracing, versioning, edit. Delete? I don't think so. Delete looks the correct answer. Export? Yes, can export the integration. Tracing? Yes, we can enable the tracing after we can enable or disable the tracing after an integration is activated. Versioning? Of course, we can do the version. Edit? Yes, we can edit the integration. Correct answers are export, tracing, versioning, and editing. So here are the correct answers. Okay, now let's get into the next question. The next question is, what are the valid security policies when REST connection is created as trigger? So you see the question is little tricky. What are the valid security policies when REST connection is created with role trigger? Okay, if you don't know the correct answer, you can create a new connection of REST adapter with the role trigger. And under that security policy, you will see what are the valid options available. Here are the options on your screen right away. Basic authentication, no security policy, OAuth 2.0, basic authentication or OAuth 2.0. So correct answers are basic authentication, OAuth 2.0, basic or OAuth 2.0. When you expose your REST integration in the Oracle integration, all the REST APIs are secured. Either basic authentication or OAuth. You cannot expose the unsecured REST APIs in integration. Hence, no security policy is not the option. Okay, what is the next question? The next question, what are the valid security policies when REST connection is created as invoke? Earlier, the question was on trigger. Now the question is on invoke. If you don't know the answer, you can create a REST connection with role invoke and see what are the valid options available under the security policies. Here are the options on your screen right away. Basic authentication, no security policy, OCI signature version 1, API key based authentication, and GCP signature policy. When you open the security policy dropdown, you will find out various security options available. But what are the values out of those options which are available here? So the valid options are basic authentication, no security policy, OCI signature version 1, and API key based authentication. GCP signature policy is not the valid option under security policy dropdown. Okay, now let's get into the next question. The next question is, which is not a valid option while creating a new integration? So when you create a new integration using an app-driven or scheduled pattern, you have to fill up few information. So what are the valid options available? Name, documentation URL, role, version. So what are the, which is not a valid operation, by the way. It's not what is valid, which is not a valid option. If you don't know the answer, you can create a new brand integration and you see the options available. So the correct answer is, okay, we have one more option, keywords. So role is not a valid option. So role, you will find out when you create a new connection. So name, documentation URL, version, and keywords are the valid options when you create our new brand integration. Okay, now let's get into the next question. What is timeout limitation of synchronous integrations? So when you create a synchronous integration, let's say REST API, where you expose the request and response, or you are calling some third-party REST API or SOAP API, okay, which gives you the response as well. So what is the timeout limitation? When it will be timed out if you don't receive the response. So let's see what are the options available for this, which is very, very important to know. 240 seconds, 300 seconds, 360 seconds, 200 seconds. What is the timeout limit of synchronous integrations? Very important. So when you are building your integration, you should keep this timeout limit in your mind so that you can create a integration which will never fail because of timeout. So the correct answer is 300 seconds, which is equivalent to the 5 minutes. If you have exposed one REST API and the response is not received within 5 minutes or 300 seconds, your integration will be timed out. Similarly, when you are invoking any external application or REST API or the SOAP API, and you are expecting the response and the response is not received within 5 minutes or 300 seconds, your integration will fail with a timeout error. Okay. Next question is again on the timeout. What is the timeout limitation of connectivity agent? What are the options available? 240 seconds, 300 seconds, 360 seconds, 200 seconds. When you invoke any third-party application with the help of connectivity agent, like on-premises application with connectivity agent, you are sending a request and you are waiting for the response. So what will be the timeout limit? Connectivity agent will fail the request if the third-party application is not responding within 240 seconds, which is equivalent to the 4 minutes. Your integration will fail if connectivity agent does not respond you within 4 minutes, and your integration will be timed out with the error. Okay, great. What is the next question? What types of integration can be resubmitted upon failure? So when your integration fails, do you have chance to resubmit those? Yes, we can. But what types of integrations can be resubmitted from the errors screen? Let's see the options available. Synchronous, which sends the request and receives the response. App-driven based, the integration which are built on the app-driven. Asynchronous, and file-based. So what types of integrations you can resubmit it when they are failed? So Oracle integration only allows those integration which are of asynchronous type to be resubmitted. So the correct answer is asynchronous. So from your error screens, you can find out all the failure messages and you will have an option to resubmit integration either one by one or in bulk, but all the integrations which are of asynchronous type can be resubmitted, like scheduled integrations, like the REST APIs that you have exposed without any response. Maybe you have received the business events from ERP, but you are not sending the call back. So if such type of integration fails, you are allowed to resubmit those. Okay, that's all about this. I hope you found this useful, and please be with us and wait for the next part to be released as part of this series. If you are willing to be notified for the next part of this video, please subscribe to our channel and click on a bell icon to get regular updates of our YouTube channel. Okay, you can find us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook. Okay, thank you guys. Bye-bye. Have a good day.